thought I heard him.
Remember just months ago when we covered these pathetic neo-Nazi losers terrorizing the Short North neighborhood of Columbus, Ohio? Hurling racial slurs, shouting white supremacist slogans, and threatening violence against the community, these bigots showed the whole world that they're not as afraid anymore now that Trump is back in office, hearkening back to his first term.
And there are literally Nazis shouting the N-word, shouting profanities about Jewish people, walking the streets with guns and a megaphone.
Hate groups like this don't just pop out of nowhere. They have always existed and lie and wait until they feel emboldened and comfortable enough to show themselves in public again, though they still have enough shame to hide their faces. While these racist losers conceal their identities to continue living like normal citizens, left-wing protesters like college students and anti-racism demonstrators have to hide their faces to avoid retaliation from law enforcement and criminal prosecution. That alone tells you all you need to know about law enforcement's priorities in choosing which type of free speech they want to protect, which brings us just a few hours south to the city of Cincinnati, more specifically the I-75 overpass, between the Evendale and Lincoln Heights neighborhoods north of the city.
A hate group dressed in all black and some waving Nazi flags gathering on an overpass in the Cincinnati area. They were confronted by residents of a historically black community.
Tonight, the clash above a highway near Cincinnati, Ohio. Neighbors confronting neo-Nazis dressed in black, waving swastika flags on an overpass north of the city.
As we've seen far too many times, and for the second time in just 3 months, neo-Nazi fascists descended upon Ohio to spread hate and intimidate the community.
The cop's going to give us an escort to Freddie's car, and he's going to let the boss...
Look at all the we got problems, J-Ball.
Yeah, that's what I was concerned. I was like, random truck, and my little ass is going to be walking by all the... And they call us cowards, but we're out here.
There's quite literally nothing more cowardly than being a hateful racist like this. Only the most cowardly, spineless, insecure, and sad people respond to the sheer existence of people who don't look like them with such vitriol.
We're outnumbered now.
We're in the thick now. Nah. Go down a little more. Give us distance.
Does it look like this Nazi is, in Elon Musk's words, giving his heart out to the anti-racist descending on them? Didn't think so.
We accomplished what we wanted today, though, didn't we? The champion.
You can just tell that these entitled monsters relish inflicting pain on anyone who doesn't believe their racist BS, yet run away and claim victimhood whenever they're met with opposition, especially from the groups of people they're directly targeting. While they pile into a rented U-Haul truck, as per white supremacist hate group policy, local community members bypass police protection and take matters into their own hands. Hey guys, quick break in the action. I have a new show coming out called The Rick Strom Show. It is going to be awesome. I'm interviewing musicians, athletes, producers, writers, journalists, authors, sports doctors. Go check it out at youtube.com/@TheRickStromShow. Also be sure to throw me a follow on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky. It can all be found in the description box below. Thank you.
Burn that bitch, man. You feel me? Burn that bitch up. You feel me? Burn that bitch up, man. Burn that bitch burn. Let that burn. What I'm talking about. I'm out.
This is how you should respond to fascism arriving on your doorstep. While we can't show the footage because the man recording the video filmed himself smoking, the man in the green hat here said, "The big H been dead, y'all living in the 40s. And if that doesn't summarize the absurdity of things like this still happening, nothing else does." Another huge shout out goes to this legend who was repeatedly called the N-word and harassed while showing the neo-Nazis that he can express his Second Amendment rights just like they can, all while blasting the Public Enemy anthem. fight the power.
Yesterday, some incels playing Nazi dress-up got absolutely embarrassed outside of Lincoln Heights, Ohio. This is how America needs to respond to these people every single time.
TikToker Real Takes echoed the same sentiment. The Lincoln Heights community showed exactly how to deal with these abject losers while contextualizing the hate rally and the importance of the neighborhood being targeted.
In 1923, 48 acres of land were set aside 15 miles away from Cincinnati to essentially set up an all-black town. Of course, nothing was graded, nothing was paved, there were no sidewalks, there were no gutters, nothing was set up to make this a good place to live. Until 1946, that the village of Lincoln Heights was actually incorporated, they were able to keep 10% of that land that had originally been given to them. So a lot of the community really rallied around the church, with Mount Moriah Baptist being established back in 1925. It would be until 1967 that Lincoln Heights would get a health center to actually be able to take care of themselves. People of Lincoln Heights persevered through all this and kept pushing. To this day, they remain a strong community, and some of the elderly there are people that march with Martin Luther King.
Shout out to Real Takes, highlighting the resiliency of Lincoln Heights and its community members, as well as everyone who showed that hate has no place anywhere and will be met with fierce opposition whenever it rears its ugly head again, because it inevitably always does, under the conditions we're subjected to. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.